How do you fight multiple assailants at the same time? Some of you have martial arts systems and you really like them, but what happens when another person's introduced? A lot of stuff can change. No Rex Kwon Do stuff, no big dojo stuff. You're learning real and raw from my buddy Alan Baker, a dangerous man. He's the founder of CTAC. He also teaches Warrior Poets Mat to Muzzle class. You can come train with us, but right now you're going to learn fighting multiple assailants. Here we go.
Okay, well, one of the things we're looking at today is dealing with multiple opponents. And one of the systems that I do that handles it very well is Keezy fighting method. And one of the things that allows them, one of the tools they use that allows them to do it is shielding. It's what I refer to as shielding. We did a little bit of this in previous videos. We're talking about building frames around the head to protect yourself. And at the same time, it also gives you the ability to send destructive force in multiple directions around you. For instance, if I'm having to deal with two opponents and I'm in between the two of you, I can't necessarily face one way, turn and face the other way, especially if I'm receiving a lot of pressure from you. Correct. If punching is coming in. So one of the first things I have to do is protect my head, which is a nice thing about the shielding, and then I want to use the tools to
Show me your shielding. What's kind of the anchor points? You're grabbing back ahead. Oh, you're just kind of slipping all over your head.
Right, it'll vary. It becomes a living thing as you train it.
Yeah.
And it allows me to build a structure around my head to protect my head.
Yeah.
And I can also use it to attack.
Yeah.
So if I turn and I hit at the same time, you're not receiving any love.
Would you hit your fiance?
No, but I will mimic like I'm about to.
All right, drive on, bro, drive on.
So if I have to do that, I also have to give you some love too. So I might load it this way and then, start to deliver off of that. The nice thing about shielding too is it also allows me to give a lot of forward pressure. I probably am not going to stand here.
Yeah.
I'll give you something and then immediately come in and start looking for options to fight them while you're catching up. Then I'm going to immediately put pressure on you and start doing as much damage as I can in multiple directions.
Kind of ping-ponging back and forth. You're kind of being able
if I stay here
to fight one person
Correct.
At a time.
And you always have the option to exit.
So forward pressure is how you get us apart and fight two different battles.
Yeah, and as combat strategy, forward pressure is one of the core elements of winning.
Got it.
And that's the nice thing about the structure is it allows me to move forward as fast as I can and protect myself and apply a lot of pressure. And if at the same time I could deliver destructive force with some of the tools that it builds.
So I like building this frame because you have multiple assailants. You don't know where strikes are coming from.
Correct.
And so it's kind of like good insurance because I don't know where it's coming from.
Right.
And I may get hit, but it's nothing that takes me out like something here. So I like that. What are some weaknesses of building this frame? Because I don't see dudes in the UFC, spazzing out here with these, bladed frames and stuff.
Well, obviously, if you stay put, you're going to be more open on the lower body and legs if you stay put.
Yeah.
It's a very movement-based system, and it's designed for this. Yeah, we're having this fight.
Yeah.
If it's farther out, I may do a different idea.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is designed for this environment.
Okay.
So as you guys come in close, I'm looking for options to fight both of you.
Got it.
Sorry about the toe.
Sorry. I hate that toe in here.
So they have to bring their bodies to me.
Yeah.
And it allows me to use all of the body as weapons,
Got it.
all of the options to deliver force.
I would block that hammer fist with my crotch.
You already had it blocked.
Yeah.
I noticed.
Bro. That sucks. It's a bad day. All right. What would you say to somebody who is more of a ground fighter? It's just like a lot of people have I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. I really like jiu-jitsu. And, if my comfort is close and if I can take you to the ground, I can typically take anybody apart that isn't, better than me in jiu-jitsu, supposedly. But they don't think a lot about multiple opponents.
Correct.
So,
and
how's jiu-jitsu and ground fighting square up with multiple opponents?
And I'm a ground fighter too. Love it. But I also want to understand and have some a knowledge base and applications for multiple opponents there. So if we're in a ground situation, I've got two options. I'm under or I'm on top. Or maybe I'm in the guard.
Okay.
So like if I am in a side control grappling, obviously you've got targets. And then I'm fighting your friend, you're attacking me. Right. So I have to take that into consideration. So I don't know, for me, I don't necessarily stay here. You know, I'm going to come up into a neon position, which is a position that I can do damage to them as I'm fighting you.
Yeah.
She has to force me to come down there. And if I do, I'm going to use the same options and then I've got to have the ability to, fight her as I fight you.
Got it.
Right.
So with jiu-jitsu, nothing that's going to commit you to the ground. You don't like mount when you could go knee on back.
We will
or
commonly say they have to force me to grapple.
Got it.
Which could happen, and in that case, I need to be good at it.
So some terrible ground fighting ideas is pulling guard, or actually just about any of the dominant body positions other than maybe mount, where you can get up quickly, but you really like just knee on stomach, right?
Yeah, if I can be in a side control position, I'm leaving. I'm going to a kneeling position. I'm just kneeling on their head or their other important parts.
Yeah.
Because I've got to have the ability to survey, which is I've got to be able to look and look for the ghost.
Yeah.
Their friend, the good Samaritan, whatever. There's always another one.
Right.
And if I am in this position, it's harder to do. So for me, I go to a kneeling position so that I can give them energy and be able to deal with you too.
Got it. So,
and I'm closer to leaving.
Another question is, I doubt unless you get a lot of space and nobody else around you, you're not doing submissions. It's all gain that superior control, and then it's just like ground and pound stuff, right? It's elbows and fists. And
yes, for me, I can deliver more destructive force with those tools.
Yeah.
And it's not that we don't play submissions, because you never know, the option may come up. I usually look at it as a transitional submission. So it might look something like this. If I am in that position and they reach up to me, I may clasp, and we're going to move her hand, and I just try to catch it ballistically and attack the joint.
Got it.
As opposed to more of a slow position. So I play a lot of those. And one of the reasons is because if I move my hands, what are you going to do as her friend, John?
I'm coming over here.
Right. And so you just attack the computer center.
Yeah.
Shutting down my ability to think.
Yep.
So anytime my hands leave that position and I slow down in movement, it gives you more options.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons I look at it as a transitional submission. Much like in a previous video we did the pin and pull.
Yeah.
Happens very fast.
Yeah, that sucked.
And then I'm out of there.
Yeah.
I can continue to move, look, and deal with other threats if needed.
Guys, you can train with Alan if you sign up for a Mat to Muzzle class. It's on warriorpoetsociety.com. And Alan, we thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, toggle notifications button, all like, share, all that jazz. We'll see you next time.